Welcome to Tech Edge. I'm Allison. Hi.
And I'm Guy Trainian. The first two apps we're going to talk about are the Kindle and iBooks apps. They are not the only ones that allow you access to books. There are others like the Nook and a few others that we might talk about at a different time point, but I think these are the two basic ones, and so we want to share those and start getting people to use them. And what I like about most of these apps is actually you have your own bookshelf, and then you can have books that you actually read and you don't want to keep on your machine just for memory purposes. And there's a huge treasure trove of classics. It doesn't have a fancy cover, but that's about it. It's the original, and when you open it, it shows up, easy to read, easy to turn pages, and you can bookmark where you are. And the beauty of the WhisperSync on this app is that when you bookmark on one device, it transfers to all of your devices and it tells you exactly where you are. The other things that I like about this are the abilities to highlight a word, and then that word could be connected just highlighted, or it can be something you provide a note on, so you can write a note that stays with that text and transfers between programs. But if we check here, personage, and then you get a dictionary definition, a basic dictionary definition, and you can actually get some more information about it and choose different dictionaries depending on what you're reading. The second app, which functions very similarly, is the iBooks. This is the native app for Apple, and these are the books I currently have. And you can see that there are two kinds of books here. These are my PDFs, and PDFs look like a ring binder. And if we go to the collections, I can go to my books instead, and these are the books I've got downloaded. And you can connect to the store and actually find books you like, and the cost is very similar to the cost of the Kindle books.
The next things that we're going to talk about are called Phonics Genius and K-3 sight words. Phonics Genius I really like because it is just what it says. It is a phonics practice. It has games on it that you can change the settings, which I really liked that about it. You can change the settings, and you can also make your own cards, which is really valuable whenever you are trying to teach a certain concept. And you can see that when it comes up, it has a variety of the words that you can work with phonics. So I'm going to go ahead and choose one, and you can see that when it loads up, it has a list of words. And we're actually in the game mode. So it just said shape. It wants us to choose the word shape. It will go through, and you will just pick the words. It repeats the sounds for you. If I were to go back, we can change the settings. And this is what I really like about this app. This is probably my favorite thing. You can change any of the settings that you want. You can change it to have sound. You can decide on your phonics highlights. You can do the play mode, which you can choose between practice and games. So that's a really nice choice for the teacher. Something that was really nice about this app is that you can customize your own flashcards. So if you have certain words that you want to work with, you can choose those. You can either add to the cards that are already there, or you can start your own set. You can add the text, you can decide what they are. Something that we really liked is that you can record your voice saying the word as well.
This is the K-3 sight words, and it's a very simple app. I like it because it's user-friendly. Let's choose the second grade words, and here is the first word. You can listen to the word.
Always.
And that's a way for kids to know if they were right or not, and then you move forward.
First.
That is basically it. A series of flashcards stamped here. The only other thing that you want to know is you can actually use random words, or you can do them in a specific order. So if kids are practicing, just to get going, you can actually turn off the random words and it'll go always in the same order. So this is the first one, and then I can go forward. And you can see that there's a meter on the bottom showing you how many of these words you've read. Now we're moving a little bit ahead. In the first one, you said word zombies, and I've never played word zombies.
Word zombies is great. We actually use this a lot at our reading center here at UNL, and the kids love it. It is a game that has zombies, of course, in it, and the kids work to spell words correctly, and every time they spell the word correctly, they get to shoot a zombie. We'll go ahead and look at the free version. This is a score that I was playing with last night, in fact. You can see that you can unlock levels as you go. So I'll go back to my level 3.
Must.
This app gives you words that you will play. So it said must. So I need to select S. You can see that when I select the right one, it shoots at the zombies. Ken? If I were to pick the wrong word, it tells you which one you picked and shows you how to correct that.
I'm going to talk a little bit about 2 apps that have to do with fluency. Now, I've done a lot of work with fluency, and fluency has been a very popular topic around the country, around automaticity and all of those things. And there are 2 apps that do a fairly good job with fluency. One is called Quick Reader, the other one is called Time Reading. Both of them present text, and that text can be read silently or orally, but if it's read orally, somebody has to be there to listen and think about accuracy. And this is timed reading, and you can see actually we have 2 students here. You can add or edit students. This is really useful because you can get a sense, and I am at 2nd grade level and Allison is at 4th grade level. And if you click on the student, you can actually clear the data or talk about anything else with the student. If you noticed, there is no actual grade when you go through. So now I go back, and now I'm going to be me, and I'm ready for my next story, or I can go to my reading list. And in the reading list, it'll give a check mark for something I've read, how fast I read it, 282 words per minute, and the percentages is how much faster it is than what is expected at that grade level. Now, obviously, I'm not in 2nd grade, so I do a little bit better. And this is my next story, so I can actually go to next story, and it'll go in sequence, and it counts down, and then you go and you start reading, and you can see the timer is here. You can pause. If you pause, you get a blank screen, so you can't cheat. And you go through. You can, again, do this silently if you want your kids, and if they're ready to read silently. If not, they can read out loud, and you can do it just like any other oral reading. And you go through, and when you're done, you click done. And then it says how many words per minute, 712 words per minute.
The next thing that we're going to talk about is an app called Storybooks. And this app is great. It is a paid app, but they do about once a month a free book. And the book that we're going to look at today is called Micah, and this was actually the free book for this month. So I went ahead and I brought up this iStory book, and this one is called Micah's Adventure. So I'm going to go ahead and flip to the first page. You can flip through. There's kind of a back and forth arrow, so that's nice if your students are reading. If you are having the story read to you, it will flip automatically, or you can set it to where it will flip by your hand. As something else, just another feature of this storybook, especially if parents are looking to entertain their kids, there are games that go with it. This one is a puzzle. You can use a puzzle to put together the picture of Micah. Another thing is a memory card game. So fun application here. Again, this one was a free book, and they do offer those probably about once a month or whenever they're available. But this is iStorybooks. Thanks for tuning in this week. We look forward to seeing you next week, where we review art apps.
And those can help you in a variety of ways for math, for reading, for writing, but more than anything else, for art. See you next week.